Modern feminists are literally the destruction of women's rights. You think you gotta compete with men to be equal? I don't need a man, I'm strong, I make my own money, I'm a boss bitch. That's not true. We are literally single-handedly destroying our feminine superpowers. We gotta learn to embrace who we are and understand that the balance between men and women is what creates real strength. We all have a role to play to make a balanced society. Women are trying to fight and compete with men is like a goldfish trying to fight a shark. It's illogical and biologically impossible. Let's accept our nature and accept our differences. We gotta embrace our softness, our nurturing side, our intuition. If a man knows he's responsible and he doesn't abuse that power, and when a woman truly embraces her qualities, they're a powerhouse. They're absolutely unstoppable. Behind every great man is an even better woman. We all want a strong man. You can deny it all you like, but deep down, this is what every woman wants.
50-50 is not about the money. It's more so like the man is the provider as far as the mortgage, the big bills, and I might buy all the groceries. I am in TJ Maxx, you know what I'm saying? Making this house look like a home. That's my 50% that I bring, because as a man, you can't really bring what I bring. You can't make this house a home like I can. We out of deodorant and toothpaste messing around with you. I got everything else covered. You covered the big things, and I'll be up under that umbrella.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
You said you men.
I've had bad taste in the past, and my mom, she got married 4 times, so obviously she didn't have the best taste to keep getting married.
Do you have a racial preference when it comes to men?
I'm white, mostly. My ex
white?
was Spanish, so I don't really have a preference, like as long as they're nice and don't have a drinking problem.
So you said that you men because of your poor dating experiences with men.
Yeah.
Let's say all the men that you dated were black men. Would you be prepared to say that you
Black men?
because of your dating experience?
In general, because it's not been one certain man, you know, and it's not been one certain color. I don't men. It's a very loose term that I throw there. I don't men.
The words came out of my dear.
No, and you wrote
if
it
the
down,
words come out of your mouth, we're gonna.
You just hate the experience that you've had with the men so far?
Yeah.
But don't you think
it's not been great experiences.
No, but you said you men.
Do you think that projection of that hate, even as a youngster, has helped with finding men that you end up anyway? Because I do believe in projection. If you project that negative energy towards people, you're gonna get it back.
Yeah.
Single moms raise single moms. Also, who would have thought that the lady with the fuzzball was gonna come in with solid questions? I'm truly surprised. The question he's asking may sound silly, but what he's noting is that generalization without data, like that we have for the Western women, leads to crazy amounts of unwarranted prejudice. It's why as soon as he picked it apart, she started to backpedal. Honestly, the only thing I'd change here is the gotcha part before the other chick stepped in. It would have been way more interesting to have her sit in silence, glitch out, and try to justify her initial claim. Anyway, the comments are, why the Cocoa Puff hairdo? I knew I wasn't the only one distracted by that. Switch to women then. Isn't that how it works for this generation? Why the F is the word hate being bleeped out? How soft is this effing world becoming? I'm bleeping for YouTube, but yeah, pretty damn soft. Even I have to skate around terms because the establishment tries to censor everything. She hates men because she chooses the worst men. Her mother chose the wrong men. This is all projection. Women, some words of advice. Don't use the term, I hate men, you just make yourself a target. Bingo. Gold star for you. Next clip.
So for you, because you think like most men are going to cheat, or you said all men are going to cheat, but you don't want a guy that's going to cheat on you. So let me ask you this: like, what would you bring to a guy that is attractive and has these things? Because you want monogamy, that's rare, that's hard to find. So like, what does he get in exchange for being monogamous to you?
Being with me.
Yeah. What does he get in exchange for being monogamous to you?
His being with me.
Being with you.
That's my answer. Yes.
As in like a wife?
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a wife to him?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you think just you yourself is enough?
And I.
Let's say, I went up to a girl at the club, right? And I was just being me. And I said, hey, you should date me. And she says, oh, well, tell me about yourself. And I'm like, I'm me. And then she asked me again, well, what do you do?
I speak 4 languages. I've been waitlisted for Harvard.
You're trying to use your intellect. Cool. She asked me, oh, so tell me about yourself. And I'm like, I'm me. And she's like, well, no, tell me about yourself. And I say, I'm me. And I say, well, I got an extensive Jordan collection.
That's gay.
Oh, Well, how do you think I feel when you said that I went to Harvard and I speak 4 languages?
She definitely did not receive these opportunities and cannot speak these languages fluently, but for the sake of argument, let's assume she does. Ladies, for you, getting into a prestigious university doesn't mean anything anymore. The anti-masculine sentiment is so rampant that you're put at the front of the line just for waving an identity flag. Secondly, and I can't believe I have to say this for the millionth time, but men don't care about these accolades when it comes to women they're choosing to date or marry. They desire loyalty. Everything else at this point is considered a smokescreen. Here are the top comments, guys. If we're at war and I need a translator, then I'll bring her along. That would be comedic gold. The concept of monogamy has always been a fallacy because men biologically cannot and will not be monogamous to one woman. Nowhere in history has there ever been a case where a man has truly been with one woman. That's a hot take, and I see where your head is at, but that's not necessarily true. Monogamy isn't rare. It's not rare, but it is far from dominant. I practice one-sided poly not because I'm so permissive, but because I don't believe men are capable of monogamous integrity. She missed the point entirely, and I, officially, have a headache. Something tells me the next one isn't gonna cure it.
You got to stop talking. Do me a favor and stop talking.
I think I should just remove myself before I
Yeah,
go after anybody else.
You can do that.
Because
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
Why don't you just not spurred?
Yeah.
Because
So
they're coming after me and they feel
okay.
offended,
Yeah, you can.
you know?
Okay.
I feel like you're offended.
I'm not yeah, you're the one offended because you're leaving, girl. You're offended, but whatever.
No,
Give us a rage quit. Give us a rage quit. Give us a rage quit. Give us the rage quit.
No, please.
Do it.
Enough.
I keep calling all these broke people losers. Not you. You're pretty cool. I like you. You're an angel.
You just gotta go
Okay.
at this point.
I think I should go.
Can you just go?
Nice meeting you guys. Good luck in life.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep.
Wow, she forgave every female in the room. What? A surprise. Feminists in the Hivemind think that debating means screaming over everyone else until they all leave the room. It's a stubborn trait and it'll never lead to success in any industry. What makes this so funny is that she was about to dip, but the second a man encouraged it, she started doing the exact opposite in retaliation. And that's what children do. The comments are, I feel sorry for the guy that ends up with her. He's in for one hell of a ride. Fear not. In this new world, the only males left in the pool are almost entirely compromised of voluntary simps, which is a well-deserved fate for betraying what makes you valuable. Who's the girl who always wears the helmet? I can't remember because she's really kind of a prop, but who cares? This whole thing is just successful because it's funny. She just wouldn't shut up. They never do, man. They never do. Annoying. Clown emojis. Just when you think they can't find any worse guests, here comes this one and psychologist woman. Honestly, when it comes to digging for podcast guests in the Hivemind, it's a total gold mine. The group keeps growing, and with it, the insanity. Moving on.
Can you name me like one female like superhero that went through the journey?
Wonder Woman.
Actually, she was given her powers from the beginning.
Black Widow.
And so was Superman.
She was.
Yeah, that's why he's not as popular as Batman.
How was Batman? Like, I don't even know about Batman.
You don't know BBC?
Okay. The hero's journey is a masculine journey. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. And like you trying to equate that to a woman giving birth is not the same at all. It's not authentic. Women don't typically go through the hero's journey. Like, for example, you're 28 years old, right?
Damn.
If I take a guy your age, right, do you think he's going to have the same level of access to life that you have?
He'd be broke.
Matter of fact, you have a famous quote.
Yeah.
I think you might.
Absolutely.
The brain one, remember?
Yeah, I was holding it in too because she definitely exemplifies it.
Go ahead. This is like perfect timing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
If I took your brain and put it in a man's body, you would be in poverty.
Sure.
Okay, superheroes, at a point of debate, is a bit crazy. But the point to focus on is how the narrative is or is not relatable. The reason the hero's journey fits the male protagonist like a glove is because the hero's journey is the masculine journey. When women try and write an arc for a female hero, they almost never achieve the same effect. The chick always gets these skills for doing absolutely nothing, plus most of the heroines are basically props, if not for lust, then for some kind of quota pushed by a corrupted industry. The comments are, best example, Captain Marvel, born to be the strongest, boring. And in that way, Larson fit the role perfectly. This tool must be running out of stuff to talk about. This very well could be true. There are only so many things you can ask women in a way where they'll actually understand the concept. A man could never withstand the pain of childbirth. It's women's superpower. Okay, lady, take shrapnel to the leg and watch your friend pass. Then come back and talk about how you're a warrior for doing a basic human function. Moving on.
I've been like leveling up, you know, in my career. Like, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you so far?
So there's this one kid, I'm not gonna mention names, he is obsessed with you. Every time I'm on the bus, he takes his phone and he goes, "Oh look, it's your sister." You know, and he goes like this, "Oh, look at this." Yeah.
Are you okay?
Absolutely.
Do you care?
And they ask me, is it pink? I just tell them, pay for it and find out.
So many things wrong with this. So little time. I can't blame the little man for hopping on the podcast because he isn't grown yet. But the fact that this chick constantly exploits her family while justifying it with material gain speaks volumes about what the Hivemind has done to female cognition and society in general. The feminist movement has really only achieved one thing, and that's creating the world's largest escort service in human history. One where many participating are actually proud of the impact they've made on everything around them. Pretty damn gross. Here are the top comments for the clip. Yeah, bro has given up on her. Everyone has, man. Leveling up on OF, leveling down in society. Bingo, that's a gold star for you. Wait until she has kids. The yo mama jokes will be brutal. It's the way of the Western world. Hopefully that never happens, but you never know. Calling it a career is hilarious. If they don't use it ironically, there is no way to save them. Game over. Leveling up? Career? Her pretending to give an F is the funniest part. Poor kid. Genuinely very sad what he has to go through for no fault of his. Agreed. Next clip.
I just like to hurt women and manipulate them. It's kind of like my kink. Why'd you do that?
Because you said you wanted to hurt women.
No, manipulate.
Oh, manipulate.
Yeah, for your benefit, because
For my
women are
benefit.
feeble and aren't able to think for themselves.
Dude, is he gonna riz his way out of this?
No way. Let's get rid of this button.
Yeah, okay.
Let's talk about voting and why women shouldn't do it, huh? I want to talk about women's suffrage.
You want to talk about women's suffrage?
Okay, I'm getting her out.
We really needed a funny palate cleanser after the last one. The comments are, she continued talking to him after she pressed the button. She proved his point. Gaslight her into thinking you're really on her side. Her leg is broken and cannot flee. Ideal. He actually convinced me that he didn't say hurt, but he really did. Make this man president. You guys are wild. Next.
Do you have a problem with independent women, Mr. Senator?
Just in case you didn't know, and I think you do know, I think you've watched a good amount of my content. The moniker's the saint and the sinner, and for sure people call me the saint. You could also call me Marquette Burton. Passive aggressive is not something that I respect because I'm a masculine man. I'm aggressive, which is to say, if you want to come for me, be aggressive, be straightforward, and I will crush you. You see?
Okay, so we're gonna have. Are we gonna have a legit?
You're carrying on with the interruptions. You'll notice when you're speaking, I'm not interrupting you. I'm listening to you, and this is why you have to learn from me. The male is the natural leader. You're behaving as a child does, which is a pity that you would even have a child while behaving like a child.
A lesson for the hive mind, one that will never be received. The comments are, cooked her to oblivion. She didn't learn her lesson when she tried coming at Charleston White like this. The hard head never learn. It's very evident in her eyes, don't waste your time with the lost ones. Can't teach an old dog new tricks, they can only learn from hard experience. I seen this whole video. The woman wasted like 3 hours of MDB time without really getting nowhere, just a bunch of rambling and nonsense from her part. I can't understand how she still has a following after this one. I can answer this one, man. Feminism is a cult, one where they never leave until it's too late. Men, hold on to your sanity. There's no reason to endorse the mob.
Deuce, is this your type? Nah. Regular. Regular?
No, okay. I'm certainly not regular. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in my opinion, I'm great. They'll say I'm great. What do you mean what I call great?
You said you great. What do you call great?
I'm intelligent. I'm beautiful, in my opinion. I know what I want in life. I have a great career. I have a lot going for myself. At the end of the day, I know what I want. And that's all you could want from a woman. At the end of the day, is she knows what she wants and she's willing to give you 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
The hive mind is getting stronger, but poorer at the same time in money, character, efficiency, and pretty much anything remotely valuable to society. And look, it's obvious that the woman in this clip knew she failed, tried to preserve her ego, and started a monologue that had most of us zoned out after 5 seconds. But it's also true that she has come to truly believe this garbage. Deep down, she really wanted that male approval, but she'll walk to the grave single, while all of her so-called girlfriends cheer her on, because admitting that would mean she'd have to accept defeat. Here we go, boys. The comments. Opened her mouth and went sub-regular real quick. They don't know how to do it any other way. She know what she wants? Okay then, ask her where she wants to go to dinner. That's a good move. God, I wish more guys did this before we have to hear all the psychobabble. Her voice cracked. Shawty was hurt deep down. Exactly. You don't have to be a genius to understand that everything after the rejection was self-defense. She is probably so used to guys worshiping her that this was a good experience for her to really better herself. Thirsty men in DMs have regular females thinking they are all 10 out of 10s. He ain't lying. That's why I recently had to go in on simps. Have some self-respect. Next clip.
Hey, Chloe.
You're late.
You off your break already?
You look like shit.
Right. Can I talk to you for a second?
You can't work looking like that.
Bro, ain't nobody talking to you, bro.
Don't worry.
Ain't nobody talking to you, bro. Clearly, y'all see who I'm coming.
It's a sketch, but it's a sketch for a reason. See, women think the hive mind is an asset. They see it as some kind of support group where all of the women have each other's backs like what they used to watch on TV. But the reality is that women in both the East and the West are naturally self-serving. It's just that these cultural climates create female relationships where the snake ends up devouring its tail. It's why so many Chads and Tyrones prowl the clubs with the knowledge that they just need to thin out the herd. The comments are, ain't nobody talking to you, bro. They be low-key jealous for real. Every Western woman envies stability. It's why they attack conventional wives. You can tell she's single. Forever alone. Girl, ain't nobody talking to you, bro. Ain't nobody talking to you, bro, like clearly. Hate them type of people. And whole time she's single herself. In the feminist hive mind, misery loves company. Some of us shy and our big tough friend loves sticking out for us. Sorry, sweetheart, that's where you're wrong. They only do that because they feel they'll lose you and suffer pure loneliness. Well, that, or they're just straight up jealous. Moreover, we all know that you also use her, except you use her for contrast. Next.
A lot of chicks, they get super curved and they're like, because I have a dog. When you're a woman dealing with a man in a romantic capacity, your goal should be to have a life that is as simple as possible so that you can move yourself into his life. If you have all of this baggage, you then become an inconvenience. For example, go find any woman on the planet Earth and say, hey, would you like to go to Tulum? They're like, yeah, for sure. You're like, okay, great. Pack your bags. We're leaving in 2 days. Oh, well, I gotta call off work. I gotta find a doggy daycare for my dog. I got a babysitter for my kid. They have all these things going on. They got 9 jobs. She claims she's a boss babe, but she's also an Uber driver. They got 9,000 obligations. And this is not including what's going on in their psyche, which is also crazy. And they got all of that. And then they're trying to come into your life. Not coming into your life adding value, but coming into your life adding weight. As a woman, you need to be an asset, not a weight to a man.
A quick reality check between the crazies is always a good thing, and the vacation test is a masterful move. Again, women think the feminist mob is an asset, while all it really does is compound on whatever baggage they already have. I can't count the number of times I've witnessed women, with a few problems, join a carousel club and come out looking like a lot lizard asking for a ride to Vegas. That's why it's best to shrug off the West entirely when it comes to the dating pool, and to never bring a traditional woman into these territories, because mass hysteria is sure to follow. Here are the top comments. And for the ladies who don't understand, he's not just saying it works one way, of course, he's just letting you know what we see. She claims she's a boss babe, but she's also an Uber driver. Yep, that one got me. You can either be an asset to a man or an accessory, but not both. I don't kiss my watch goodnight. I take it off and forget about it after I'm done using it. Say it louder for the people in the back. Moving on. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.